Welcome to, I know, right? It's been a while. Welcome to Whip It Out Wednesday Writing Sprints. I'm Gigi Meyer.
And I'm Sienna Gypsy.
Good morning from America.
And good evening from Australia.
See, look at us. We could do it. We're professionals.
We have our moments.
We have our moments. Yeah. So we like to open these with a question for us to ask and answer. So the question of the week is, are you a morning writer or an evening writer? And I know this sounds pretty basic, but it actually is not. There's many different ways that people write and trying to find time. Some people wake up, crack of dawn. To me, it's similar to like working out. You can either wake up in the morning and do it, or you can wake and do it in the evening. So when I was in corporate America, I used to do it in the evening after the children went to bed. So that was pretty late at night. And I felt like it was good because my brain was so weary from the day. It wasn't so analytical. So like all the things were possible. Um, you know, an example was like, yeah, if they want to have like purple hair, well, at night, yeah, purple hair is, fine. But if I'm writing in the morning, I'm like, well, I don't know if purple hair would really be good for the storyline. I get overly analytical in the morning, but
Yeah.
by the night, I'm so tired from the day, tired from corporate America, just exhausted from all the different responsibilities. So I was like, sure, they can have purple hair. Sure, they can. Sure, they can have all these piercings. It may not match the story, but that's fine. But now that I'm not in corporate America, I've flipped it and I'm a morning writer. And the reason why is because I will put it off because we all know writing takes deep focus, it takes concentration. And so when you wake up in the morning, personally, I'm looking for quick wins. I'm like, oh, I have 20 things to do today. Let me like knock out 10 and I'll get them done. And then, of course, that's more exciting to achieve things on my to-do list than it is to actually
Yeah.
sit down and write because it takes
Yeah.
me, a couple hours to do a chapter. So if I do 2 hours worth of time, it only is like one little check mark off my to-do list. And I still have the 19 things left to do in the day.
Mm. Yeah.
So one side of me wants to be like super productive and check it all off, but then the chapter never gets written. Or when I finally sit down to do it, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Oh, it's so slow, it's so boring, it takes too long, that kind of thing. So depending on the story, sometimes I just want to dive into it. I'm so excited to write. But other times, as if you're a writer, you hit some chapters and you're just like, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. What
So,
about when you do you ever wake up from a dream or from a thought or something and then just jump in?
oh yeah, like I've done voice notes on my phone. So if I dream a lot and it's related to my story, I'll do voice notes on my phone. Or sometimes if I can I can open my eyes enough, I'll do the notes app.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I go grab that laptop early in the morning with the big blue light? No. Half the time I'm just like just the glow of the phone, and I just like talk with my eyes closed into it. Now, is it coherent? Not really.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very good. Very good.
So on the break, we'll hear from Miss Sienna and we'll find out what kind of
Mm.
writer she is. But I think it's really
Yes.
because there's so many people that are aspiring or new authors or writers. And so they're always like, when do I find time to write? And honestly, my
Yeah.
answer is whatever your schedule allows. And sometimes writing that first book, you're figuring out who you are as a writer. Not only are you like writing a story and telling
100%.
your story, yeah, telling the story to yourself, you're also like, who am I as a writer?
Yeah. I think and you change too. Like I reckon if you look back on your journey, like you've said, like when you're with corporate America to when you are now,
Yeah.
your whole writing routine has probably changed. And I have a question, has how much has changed, not just your writing routine through the times that you do it, but your actual structure?
Oh, well. Oh. I mean, that's what I've been battling with. And I think a lot of people do, right? Are we disciplined? Because now that I set my own schedule, am I as ambitious as I was before? And I think the answer is no, but I'm trying to get back to that because when you are working for someone else or when you have children, you either have a school schedule overlaid onto your time. Everybody has to get up, get out the door, and get to school, 7
More
a.m.
accountability. Yeah.
Correct. Or you have to be in that chair in that building at a certain time because your job demands it. But now you're like, oh, when you set your own schedule, like, oh, I can just do this or I can do that. Or you have other people asking demands of your time. And then, like me, I am a giver. And so I'm just like, sure, I'll do that. Sure, I'll do that. Sure, I'll do that. And so then people are booking on my time that is supposed to be dedicated to writing. And I think I've been most guilty of that because I'm like, you're in the hospital, sure, I'll spend all day at the hospital with you, and of course, because I want to be there. But at the same time, it's a day out of production. So,
Yeah.
a good question because I think that's what I'm struggling with now. I'm like, okay. And that's why these writing sprints help because I know, like, okay, I have a commitment to
We're
Sienna.
accountable for each
Like,
other.
yep, we're going to be here, show up for each other 3 times a week, dedicated
Yeah.
time to get our writing in, and also, fun and fellowship with my bestie.
Exactly. But it's true. Like, I agree. I couldn't agree more 100%. When you've got somebody to help you make you accountable, it becomes more like that structured work setting
Yeah.
because you're going to fail the other person if you don't show up. So, like, that's our mindset as humans, like that we do. But to do that to ourselves, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Well, I know there's some humans that can do that, but I'm not one of them.
Well, I think typically, and this is not an excuse, as a mom, your needs typically come last.
Mm,
It's always like the
correct.
children, the husband, the work. And so
Yeah,
by the end of the day, the only time we have left is like when everybody's asleep and the house is quiet, that's our time. And
that's
so
exactly
that
right.
builds self trust. We're able to, like, oh, well, I can't do it, or I'm tired, or I'll move it to another day, or the children's schedules take priority, or something comes up. And so we end up putting ourselves in the back seat, everybody in the front seat, and then we don't get it done. And so it builds like a lack of confidence and self trust in ourselves because we're like, oh, we always let ourselves down. So why would we hold the line? Why would we hold that we're valuable too? So that's a tough one.
Am I back? Oh,
Yeah. I think it froze for a
sorry.
moment.
It's no froze because Miss T is trying to ring me. I'm just going to message her. Keep talking because I will just quickly message her on my
No, but
laptop.
speaking of, yeah, she's your child and she's looking for you. And so you have this time carved out to do writing sprints for yourself, but at the same time, yeah, we're moms.
Yes, exactly. And she's so
You are.
Tia is Tia. We
uh,
love her.
Miss Tia is a sassy little thing, tiny as can be. She is a tiny little human, but she has the biggest personality. She's so sweet. I love her.
Yes.
But she doesn't give you any kind of grace.
No, she's very good at making sure that I fold to her.
Exactly. She,
And it's funny because my boys, talking about that, my boys have always said like they could never reason with me. I was quite a hard mum, and like if they were asking me the same question,
yeah,
they'd ring me and they'd ask me a question, and I would say no. So they'll just keep asking, keep asking. So I would just hang up. Like I wouldn't bother.
yeah.
And then they would ring and go, "Why are you hanging up on me, please?" Well, I'm like, "Back, I'll hang up again." And then they go, "What are you hanging up?" I said, "Are you asking the same question?" "Yep." "Well, I'll hang up again." And
And
I've always been that hard with them. See,
but
they're like,
yes,
"Why don't you do that with us?"
I know.
But now they're like that. When I do get a little bit strict on Tia, they're like, "Mum, don't be like that." So yeah,
How the tables have turned. Yeah,
I
no,
know, right? Yeah.
yeah, and she's sassy, so she won't like when you tell her no. She'll be like, "Why? My way or the
Yeah.
high."
No, no, her answer's actually, "What's your problem?"
Oh, oh.
Like that's her vocabulary because she doesn't have a very big one. But that is her go-to is if you say no, it's like, well, what's your problem? Why? Why? Like, explain, but that's what that means is what's your
Yeah,
problem.
it's not you're the problem.
Because it's not my problem because I want to do this. It's your
Exactly.
problem.
You're the problem. You are.
Yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
she's very
See,
entertaining.
that is why we have to move our schedules all around. But Sienna will let you know on the break when she's able to get her time in. So,
Yes.
what are you working on? Are you still working on edits?
I'm still moving everything over. I didn't get to do anything yesterday, so I'm going to keep moving it over to the Scrivener, and then I'll hammer it out. So
Well,
I'm
good.
hoping, I am hoping by Friday it's all moved over. So wish me
Yes.
luck.
Well, 3 days. You can do it.
Yes, yes,
Um, Speaking of, you can do it. Should we get started?
yes, please.
All right. 20-minute sprint, 5-minute chit chat. Oh, your answer on the break. Not chit
Yeah,
chat.
my answer on the break.
All right. Start. And we're going to mute because she talks and I talk and I have kids. We're done. And good
I had to
morning.
find a bit. I just found it. So let me just highlight it before I lose it.
Oh, I get that. Good morning to
Oh,
those that are just now joining us, or good evening, depending on when
good
you're at.
evening or good morning. Oh, good evening for me.
Good evening, mate. That was my Aussie.
G'day, mate. G'day,
G'day.
mate.
G'day, mate.
Yeah.
And then because I'm in Houston, you'd say, howdy, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Howdy.
Although we don't really
Howdy,
say
ma'am.
howdy. You know, it's
No,
a special.
but that's like you guys saying throw a shrimp. You always say well, some Americans will say throw a shrimp on the Barbie. We don't say shrimp.
Oh yeah. Because wasn't that the actor who did that?
Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't do shrimp. We do prawns. We call them prawns, but we don't do shrimp.
Prawns, not shrimp, not the scrimps.
Nah.
Um, in
Nah.
Hu- so in Houston, we're not too far from like Port Arthur and Beaumont. Port
Hmm.
Arthur is a very big shrimping town, and it's a lot of Vietnamese people, Vietnamese shrimpers.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know.
A lot of the seafood is that way.
Yeah. So we don't say that. Howdy. But I do say y'all all the time. You know that I'm like, hey y'all.
Yeah. Yes. But that's I think it's just because where you come from. And I we don't say g'day that much. We do say g'day actually a little bit, but depends. But it's more like because we shorten everything we say. Like the Barbie instead of the barbecue.
Or Brecky.
Brekkie. Yeah. Brekkie. Yeah. There's lots of shorty words.
Shorty words. All right, you're in the hot seat. Are you ready?
Sizzling.
Oh, spicy kitty.
Right. All right, what's the question again? I've gone blank.
Okay, so the question is, are you a morning writer or a night writer, and why?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So technically, on the technical side, a night rider. Because I like to like when you were in corporate America.
Mhm.
I have a very hard day job. It takes up a lot of my time, a lot of mental space because I work with families with different needs, and it's quite it's a job where it takes a lot of energy, sort of thing.
It
And you
taxes
always think
emotionally.
you're thinking on your feet 24/7. And I know this not because I work with these families, because I am that family as well. So I have a daughter with disabilities that she's moved out of home, so I don't care 24/7 for her, but I'm still on the phone a lot, and I'm still, and I have her on the weekend, so I'll go and have a sleepover at her place, or she'll come home. So yeah, so technically I like to do it at nighttime because it's like I call it my defrag. And it's probably really silly, but it sort of unwinds my brain from the life. So that's probably my go-to. If I've got someone making me accountable, I will wake up in the morning and do like 6 o'clock um,
Hmm.
sprints. And I try to say, no chit chat, let's just get on with it so we get west. Does that ever happen? No. Um, and then if I'm going away, I tend to write at the airport or on the plane, or
Hmm.
yeah, I tend to throw it in where I can. I'm actually probably more accountable at airports than on the plane.
Well, because you're a captive audience, there's not a whole lot you can do, especially when you're on the plane. And so it forces you to buckle down. But no, you are phenomenal riding on the road. And a
Yeah,
lot of
on
people
the
are like,
road, I'm probably a lot more successful. Yeah.
which is crazy because a lot of people are like, I'm tired. It's been a long travel day. I just want to shower or a room service and like, veg out and watch a movie or something. And you're like, no, let me just start writing. Like it,
I think I went to Melbourne. We did the book fair, Australia, and I had my own room. And I think it was the last night I was there. A couple of the authors were going out, and I just had some deadlines to do. So
right.
I was like, "Oh no, that's okay. I'm quite tired." But I went back and I wrote till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. No, you're a beast. You do that all the time. It's like beast mode with you. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh wow.
yeah. Does it ever make sense? No. I'm reading my dev edits and it's just I'm sure she would have thrown something at my head if I was actually in the room with her when she was reading some of this.
Yeah.
So I've mixed up things somehow. So mm.
Yeah. Yeah. But you, even though Miss Tia has moved out, how many years as a full-time caregiver have you been though?
Oh, 28 years. So yeah,
So yeah, even though she's independent with supports, 28 years of having a child, special needs child,
yeah,
dependent on you, that's a lot.
yeah. It is. It's quite it's I mean, and there's days where it's fun, there's days where it's not so fun. There's days where it's rewarding and there's days where you want to bury your head in a pillow
Scream.
and that's what every family goes through. So and every challenge, and I must admit every challenge is so different. Like just because I have these challenges, there's another family, they don't have identical challenges. So
Right.
it's quite diverse. So yeah, it's always an eye opener. But I don't
Oh,
get shocked. You just don't get shocked at situations. And I think that's what families like is I don't get curly toes over some of the things that I do see and they expect me to go and I'm like, nah,
yeah, no.
show me something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
it makes sense though because you have it's taxing. Your job is not only physical but also like emotional.
Yeah,
And,
emotional.
and, and trying to be there, you relate so hard to the families, you relate so much to the children and the
Mhm.
people that you're helping. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I imagine by the time you get in front of your laptop, you're like, what am I doing? What am I thinking? Like it's all gone. And then the creative can just take over that
Yeah.
world you're in because your world has been so emotionally draining. Now you're like, I'm going to escape to this world where everything, is a little bit easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly how it is. And it's good because I call it a defrag because I get to unwind all those feelings and actually feel like I've had a lift. So yeah. Hmm.
I'm sure. I am sure. I love it.
Yeah.
And our
Yes.
together hanging out. And we get to hang out with you guys.
Yes.
You're on some
Yes. No, I
uh
love it. And I think, and structure wise, like I think I was like the way we write a story, that was the other thing I was thinking of before when I asked the question is like your structure of what you start to write, like our journey of learning, I suppose. The structure of how we started to write um, has changed so much from when, and I'm still learning. Like, I don't think we ever learn like how to write. Like, we might have our structure as in, okay, I'm going to write in the evening, so I'm going to put some time here and write. We are
yeah.
more accountable when we've got other people, which you've discussed. I agree.
Hmm.
Um, Involved, but we do. It's also hard to put that structure in place, as in, um, what are you going to write? How is it going to come out?
Hmm.
How many times are you going to write it to get it right? Like, yeah, I think I've learnt when I'm doing you're in a really short time frame when you're doing which you would know the anthologies
Hmm.
and you get to read over your work a lot more. I think I read over this twice and for some reason I should have done it all in one sitting. I didn't.
Well, it's hard.
So there's just bits all over the show. So I think it's lessons learned, but hmm,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's hard. I mean, yes, it would be ideal to just read it straight through. But again, we talked about time constraints and, busy schedules. And so we don't
yeah,
have that free. So you do the best you can. And you're right.
yes, correct.
Apologies. I'm behind on mine. You said you're behind on yours. So we're like, oh, get this
I haven't
dog.
even I haven't even told the person who's organising it yet. I did say to her, oh, I hope I get it in time. And she's like, oh, you've got plenty of time. And I was thinking to myself, girl, I have not if I'm where I'm at now.
You don't even know the half of it. Oh
It's
God.
not technically like, so the show's not until September.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if I've got it completely edited and formatted, I suppose. Well, they've got to format it, but I've got the edits and then getting someone to make sure it's all in the right paragraphs, then I reckon I'll be all right. I reckon they won't complain too much.
Fingers.
Yeah. Yeah. But we will see.
Well, I know you can do it. Are we going to do another sprint or are we done for the day?
Yes. No, I'm still, yes. If you've got time, yes.
I do. So wrap that 20 minutes to 5 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Starting now.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Anything. Tina's trying to ring me all the time. Can you ring her? That's her. Rat bag. Why didn't you find it? You have to call them.
We're done. Okay, I was waiting for you to discover that, but you didn't say anything. I think you just said about picking up Miss Tia. But at first I was like, was that me? Am I unmuted? Okay, now you're muted.
I didn't know because I thought I was off and I didn't even realize. And even my husband went past and was being a bit cheeky. You would have heard him.
I did not hear him, but I heard you because you're like, yeah, she keeps calling. Can you call her? So yeah, no biggie. Did not say anything incriminating.
Oh, thank God, because I was stuck into this going, oh God, not even I know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel sorry for Jess right now anyway. Don't you hate that?
I know you're like, oh, I know. I need to get her mine. I have to finish writing it in order to get it over to her. I'm like, girl, get up.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Well,
I'm gonna keep going just this chapter to get over, and I'll be right. I've only done 3.
and we have some exciting news for you guys. We are keeping this show here the rest of the week. So we will be back on Substack instead of TikTok Friday morning and Friday
Evening.
Yeah. So we'll be right back at Substack, 7 a.m. CST, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. AWST.
Yes. So until Friday, where we'll be here, keep writing.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.